All right, and this week, I'm going to make my cordyceps model contagious. So we got our guy over here, and just like in The Last of Us, we go walking up to this guy here. Oh man, what's going on? And then stuff spewing out of his mouth. And then I get sick. But now I don't die. Now I can infect somebody. I should really line that up a little better with his mouth. Maybe we'll do that in the video. All right, so I'm moving real slow. My vision's getting impaired. I don't know what's wrong with me. Hey, man, you can know where there's a doctor around here? Ah, that comes out of his mouth. And he's infected. But once you infect somebody, you become a fast-moving zombie. I thought that'd be pretty cool. And then you can get other people infected. Well, other people can get infected from the people you get infected, right? So I got my alt right here. Let me see. I got my phone. I'll see. Come on over here. What's going on? Bruh. Nah, he's infected. I thought that'd be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm in my browser right now, and I'll put this link in the description. This is for the cordyceps contagion model. Go ahead and click on that if you want to get it. This will be green. It says get. Press that. Then when you open up your Roblox Studio, there we go. There's a fresh terrain right here. Go to your toolbox, and then under inventory, marketplace is default. Go to inventory. Then you should see your cordyceps contagion. We can go ahead and drag them in there. 3 scripts. Yup. All right. And then, of course, the problem with the terrains is you never know where the center is. So let's go ahead and get that closer to the center. Oh, it's actually pretty close to the center. Position is 11, 12, negative 12. That's fine. That's good like that. All right. So in order for us to have our animations, we got to save them off under our account. So I'll assume that I don't have them under my account so I can show you. Open up the cordyceps contagion. I got anim saves. And I got 3 animations. I don't use the spew spores. I was going to do one for the person getting the person sick, but I didn't go with it. So let's get the infected first. Click on that, right click, and then we'll save to Roblox. I'm going to overwrite existing asset. You can just hit submit and infected. There we go. And then you'll get an ID. We're going to click those boxes to copy the ID. Close the box, and then go down to the head, and in the head there's the cordyceps, right? So this is what we're going to transfer to other players and NPCs. We're going to go open the cordyceps simple, and there's the infected. That is the animation we use in our script. So we need to change this ID to what we copied. Control V, boom. That one's taken care of. And then this guy sits down because he's sick, right? So let's make that work. Anim saves, sitting, right click, save to Roblox. You go ahead and hit submit. I'm going to hit overwrite existing asset. It's going to get us to the same place. Sitting, here we go. Submit. And get that ID. There we go. Close. And we're going to go to the sitting animation script. Right, that's a pretty simple script. He's sick. Sitting animation right here. Go to the animation ID. Control V. Nice. All right, let's try and play this to see if he is sitting down. That way we know the animation is working. One of the animations working. And then we'll go up to him and see if we get sick, and then we start kicking and stuff. There he is. You got to go in front because we're checking for the front. Oh, that's pretty good. He's wiggling around. So if he's wiggling around and this guy's sitting, we know that that's working. Now we should be getting this view right here. Let's take a look at that. So when we get infected, I made a UI, a screen GUI. Let's open up our cordyceps contagion if it's not already open. Open up the head, and then in the head we have our cordyceps model. All right, down here, I made this infected GUI, right there. And in there, I got some stuff. I got the breathing sound, right? And then I got this infected frame. Let's drag this down to starter GUI so that we can take a look at it. There we go. So that's what it looks like. I just put some splatters out there. right? I did put a script in here called grow, and I'm not using it. If you look at it, it's just the plain script. I was going to do more with it. I wanted to make it so that you couldn't see it all, and then any player or NPC would kind of show up as a glowing dot, right? So it would grow this out. I would do that on the client side. I didn't do it, right? But if you want to change the splatters, you can do that, right? I just moved some splatters in here. I have a rotation on these. If you look, you can rotate your labels. There we go, 15-degree rotations. So feel free to do whatever you want with that. And I have the backgrounds of these transparent, but I also make them transparent over time, because if you'll notice that when you first get infected, everything looks just slightly red, because on my infected frame, I have a background transparency of 0.6, right? You could make that even darker if you wanted, maybe like a 0.5, just to give them you an idea. They can't see quite well. All right, and then the breathing, I just got a breathing, and then I slowed the speed down. I have the playback speed at 0.3, so it kind of sounds. You can play with that if you want. Let's move this back into our model, though. We need it in the model, right in the cordyceps, because in my script, let's bring up simple cort. I get this infected GUI, and then I clone it right to the player GUI. So if you look down here a little bit, we'll see our infected GUI. I clone it here, which is actually unnecessary because I do it again. You might want to remove that. But we have our GUI temp, which is supposed to be our GUI template. Control F. And then down here, I get my GUI template, clone it again. That's why you could remove it up above. And then I put it on the player GUI, right? So I get my player GUI, and then I get my breathing. I enable the GUI. Here's where I make the transparency changes, right? I make everything opaque, transparent, so you can't see the splatters. And then I start changing that and making the splatters more visible. I spawn this so it doesn't hold up the thread. And then when I die, I go ahead and I destroy the cort clone. So if you die, you're no longer infected. And then I also destroy the GUI that's on the player. But if you want to modify that infected GUI, just pull it down to starter GUI so you can see it, and then push it back up into the cordyceps model. All right, now another important thing is, how can you get this to attack NPCs? Well, I use the collection service for tagging. So if we go back up to the top, we have our collection service in here. I'm sure. Let's just search on it. Do a Control F, and I'll look for collection. There we go, collection service. Oh, I do it in the find nearest char. So I kind of cheated a little bit. I got the collection service, and then I made a tag called infectable. We'll do that in a minute. And then I just copied where we were looking for all the players. I cut and paste it, kind of cheated. I just put it up here, and I did a search for things that are tagged as infectable. I didn't have to do a v.character or v.character weight added weight, because NPCs are already a character. So that was a pretty cut and paste sort of situation there. But we need to be able to tag NPCs so they can chase them around. Let's go to our world. Let's grab an NPC. Go to Avatar, not animation editor, rig builder, and R15. If you do R6, I'm going to show you what you have to do. It's really easy. You just have to do one thing. But let's do a R15 first. So we got an R15. What we do, right click, tag editor. We're going to create a tag, add tag. There we go. Infectable, right? If you forget how to spell it, then just go back to your simple cort and then look for the tagged, and we're going to find infectable, right? Oh, it's right here. Perfect. Infectable. Make sure those two are spelled the same. Infectable. Cool. All right. So we're going to make sure this guy's selected. He is. He's outlined in blue. If he isn't, just go ahead and select him. And then tag him. There you go. Now he's infectable. If you want to do an R6, obviously you're going to have to remake the infected animation. But let's take a look at what else you have to do. One more thing. Go to Rig Builder, R6, and then let's say Mesh Rig. Put him in here. I use the face front attachment on the players or the dummies, which in hindsight I wouldn't have done. If we look at our R15, there's our R15. Let's take a look at our head, and then we have this face front attachment. Just go ahead and copy it. Copy that. And then where's our R6? Up here. This guy right here, right? R6. Open them up. Look for the head. And then we'll just paste that attachment into it. There you go. And it's in the right position. That's good. I wouldn't have done that had I realized that R6s don't have it. But you'll also have to do the animation for R6. Whoops, what happened there? All right, what else do we need to do? Let's take a look at our humanoid. If we want to pass on the sickness with an animation, we need to have an animator in the humanoid. Roblox is hit and miss on their animator. Let's see, we got to get one for our R15. Our R6, we're not going to get the animation. We will be able to infect them, but they're not going to get the animation. Look at that. Neither one of these have animators. Man. And then they'll flag me for having these with no body colors, but they can't get the animators in their humanoids. All right, let's try this out. All right, I'm in my game. Let's get our infection going. Take a look at our output window. I could probably get rid of this tag, right? Oh, did we tag? We didn't tag the R6. All right, so we can't get the R6. But we can get the R15. I don't think I tagged the R6. Nope. But we can get the R15. Ah, there we go. That's pretty cool. Nice. And now I can run real fast because I infected somebody.